It's your money, and the fine folks at Evans Financial want to help you make the most of it. Today's topic is tax preparation versus tax planning. Colin Evans with Evans Financial is here with some tips on that, and this is a topic I know nothing about, so I'm giving you the mic.
You know, fortunately, there's people in the financial services world as well as in the accounting world that help us out with it. You know, and I use the CPA still to this day that I have for the last 25 years. But there's a really big difference when it comes to the world of finance and financial advising from actual tax preparation and tax planning. And, you know, a real simple analogy with that is, you know, taking tax preparation is like, you know, sitting in your car and you've got two big things in front of you. You got your rear view and you got your windshield. Well, when you look at tax preparation, that's your rear view mirror. You're really counting everything that's behind you. It's like, okay, we're recording all the stuff from last year and we're going to get that ready for tax season. When we go to tax planning, this is your windshield. We're actually looking to proactively go for what are things that are going to help me out in the future, what it could be for retirement or deductions or things of that nature. So we want to actually like kind of break down just a little bit of both of those. So under the tax prep, you know, the purpose of that really is we're just getting our income statements and our stuff together. We're going to file it with a tax preparer, and we're going to get ready for a deadline, and that's our timing of, typically we all understand the April 15th time. We don't look forward to it. I know I sure don't, or unless you're filing an extension. You know, the scope of that is like, what do we put together? And, you know, so we're grabbing our documents, our 1099s, W-2s, and then we're going to go sit and visit with a professional of some sort, a preparer, a bookkeeper, and it might even be a CPA. And the end of that, the outcome is what you're looking for is, do I owe money or am I getting something back? You know, but we go over and the flip side of that and we look into the actual tax planning side. This is where we're really trying to mitigate and suppress some of the taxes that could potentially be due. And we're trying to really leverage the law as best we can to put the numbers on our side of the table in our favor. Quite frankly, you know, I don't think Uncle Sam has done a great job on the money that we give him. And I know I have never gotten a thank you card or a Christmas turkey or a ham that says, hey, thanks for being a loyal subject and we appreciate you doing that. So we start going into the tax planning side. This is really where we're trying to mitigate and minimize any of those taxes that are due on some of the things that we're planning on having, and to, you know, and that leads into retirement years. Well, when we start doing that, this is a consistent process. This is not something that we have just a deadline of April 15th. We're consistently doing that so we can constantly keep up with what tax laws are doing. You know, and this scope is going to also involve several professionals. You know, it's going to be your financial professional could be in there. You might even have to visit with a tax attorney as well as a certified public accountant. And as we look at some of these things, you know, our biggest outcome is what strategies are we putting in motion and what strategies are we putting in play that really keeps more money on our side of the table. And, you know, I'd like to close one of the greatest examples of this with the tax planning structure is, and it's not sounding political by any means, but right now we're still in Trump's tax code, and Trump put us in some of the lowest tax rates the country has ever seen. Well, at the end of 2025 is we have something called a sunset provision, and we are reverting taxes back to the Obama era. And unfortunately, those taxes are higher. So this is where tax planning comes into play, and what we're seeing quite a bit of is where a lot of people are wanting to start converting IRAs into Roths and paying the taxes now while we're at a lower tax rate right now, knowing if Congress does absolutely nothing, which they're really good at the end of 2025 and we start into 2026, that if they don't do anything and adjust these tax laws that are going to be changing, then we know automatically taxes are going to increase. So this is where tax planning comes into play, because we know some tax increases are going to be out there, and this is a great time to visit with a financial professional and a tax professional to say, hey, what can I possibly do to maybe cut my tax bill coming down the line in the future, knowing that taxes are going up.
So you're saying if you're someone like me, you wait till the last minute, you file those taxes, and then you're angry about the amount you owe. That's on you. You have an opportunity to work earlier.
Yeah, it is. And it's a great thing to do because then you know, even if it might not apply to you yet, it still gives you some nuggets that you can take away going, hey, I can't use this just now, but I know in a couple years this will actually be something I can use for preparing me for the future as well.
Well, I know I certainly learn something every Tuesday when I chat with you. If our fine folks watching want to give you some idea for some topics, maybe reach out to you for some advice, what do they do?
Absolutely. You can reach out to us, info@evansfinancial.com, or find us on the web at www.evansfinancial.com.
Colin Evans is the man. Prepare for your taxes and prepare for some wet weather. Here's Skip.